pass me by. Tell me when the days are less gray. Tell me where is the road to less pain. How many days before I decay? It's getting so hard to get by.
my goodness! Monday Night Raw. Where Saturday is the only thing people are talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Is WWE going? Will they cancel the show? How could they? We got IWC, engagement farmers, journalists, dirt sheets, all acting like foreign policy experts out there, man. What's going on? As you guys saw tonight, WWE will be in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Night of Champions is going on as scheduled. And it really doesn't even feel like an important show outside of CM Punk and John Cena, which we did not get either one of them tonight. Maybe on Friday, though. Maybe they'll show up on Friday. We got Goldberg and Gunther. We got the King and Queen semifinals. Gee, I'm shocked at the results. And Bill Goldberg! Nobody X for him. I might actually compliment him tonight. It's hot out there. Make sure it's cold. And when I get there, I want to know, what the fuck are you guys drinking? See y'all there.
Why has Triple H been so successful? Why is Triple H running WWE better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard on Monday and Friday night? Long-term booking.
What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your Monday Night Raw post show for June 23rd, 2025. I am your host, JD from New York, as always, coming to you live from the OTS Beer Garden. Thank you guys so very much for joining me on your Monday evenings, wherever you may be. Night of Champions. Night of Champions, bro. That's all anybody's talking about right now. And not because the card Not because the card on Saturday night is one of the best cards that WWE has put on. Oh, no, 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 no. I couldn't even tell you what 2 matches were before the night started because all everybody was talking about was if this show was going to go on as scheduled or if it's going to get canceled. That was the news today. Nothing new came out on the news fronts on Monday Night Raw. It is going on as scheduled. No matter the outcries of dirt sheets and all of a sudden make-believe political advisors in the IWC, as if they're getting briefed by the Pentagon personally throughout the afternoon. Night of Champions is still going on as scheduled. I didn't really expect WWE to cancel the show or move the show to the United States at the last minute. Money is money. And if WWE has to give up money, I could see them being the little kid crying all the way back home because they didn't get what they wanted. Oh, Mommy, I wanted the new toy, Mommy. Not going to happen. WWE is not going to leave money on the table. They got a nice hefty payday coming on Saturday afternoon, and they're not going to let that one slide. For nobody and nobody's safety. Now, if I was a talent and I had to go fly to Riyadh, my anxiety levels normally on a normal flight could be anywhere, Chicago, Orlando, it doesn't matter, man. I have an overwhelming anxiety attack every time I board a plane, man. I hold it in internally, man. I'm fucking ready to explode. I can't stand flying. I don't know how I do it, but I do it. My anxiety would be through the roof, man. There's not going to be enough whiskey on that plane to keep me level-headed and grounded, knowing where I'm going and the airspace I will be flying into. There was news today on the Night of Champions front. This came from Fightful Select. There was an update on WWE's Night of Champions taking place in Riyadh on Saturday afternoon here Eastern Time, 1 p.m. I will be live for the show after it's over. Reports came in from both Fightful Select and PW Insider, and they have clarified the situation after news of temporary airspace shutdowns near Qatar caused concern. According to PW Insider, 5 WWE staffers are currently stuck at an airport in Qatar while waiting for a connecting flight to Riyadh. However, the majority of the production crew has already been in Saudi Arabia for over a week, with some staff arriving as early as the week of June 9th. Setup for the event has been underway and is said to be continuing on as scheduled. According to Fightful Select, as of Monday evening, the plan was still for the event to take place, with government meetings reportedly being held in Saudi Arabia. WWE talent scheduled for the trip had not been informed of any changes to their travel plans as of Monday afternoon and are still expected to fly over midweek on a charter plane. Talent who were spoken to for the report said that they expect WWE's figuring things out just like everybody else. For those who have asked, said Fightful, the reports also reiterate that talent are no longer given a separate bonus for the Saudi Arabia shows, as that compensation is now included in their main contracts. I did not expect WWE to cancel the show. I did not. None of us really have any ground to say anything outside of I wouldn't personally go. I feel bad for the talent. Blah, 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 blah. You got to understand something, folks, that I'm sure the most elite suits and ties in WWE are in constant communication with people that are way above even their pay grade. If WWE, a sporting entertainment company, UFC, a sporting entertainment company, conduct shows overseas, they are in communication with people that normal people are not in communication with. They will guide the company to what is best. If it is unsafe to go, then they will not go. If it's safe to go, then they will go. It's plain and simple. So many people on social media making this situation worse than it really is. Now, I'm not saying that it wasn't bad, because I certainly wouldn't fucking go. But they are just going overboard with everything, man. And they used it as a vehicle to engagement farm to the lowest common denominator, where they started using tribalistic tactics, making this an AEW versus WWE thing, and how AEW wouldn't do this. And some people, I don't want to say everybody, some people were placing this squarely on Triple H. Oh, he moved WrestleMania from New Orleans. Now he doesn't want to move Night of Champions from Saudi Arabia. How could he? I'm sorry. When did Triple H become the guy that makes all of these decisions on where the shows take place and what fucking date the show takes place on, and in what city these shows take place in? I didn't know that was his job, or in his job description. People made this into a fucking comedy show on social media. They did. It was embarrassing to look at. It was embarrassing to read. You got people going at SAP. You got people going at the dirt sheets and this and that. Then you got some dirt sheets who are fucking acting like political advisors for the fucking Pentagon. Bro, you don't know shit. You don't know shit. Nobody's paying $14.99, $6.99, $8.99, $9.99 to hear you talk about fucking politics. Nobody wants to hear that. We'll hear it, and we'll get the fucking lowdown when we watch Monday Night Raw, because WWE will have to tell us what's going on. Why am I signing up for a dirt sheet to hear this news from Dave Meltzer as if Dave Meltzer's in fucking communication with Donald Trump? What are you, fucking stupid? What an embarrassing fucking situation this became on. So I just sat back and laughed, bro. Sat back and laughed. The only thing that we should be sharing as far as our opinion on this. You don't like them going over there? Whatever. You're more than welcome to that opinion. I don't give a fuck about these shows. WWE doesn't do anything to get you excited about these shows. They just happen, and then they rob the Saudi government blind. Yeah, we'll give you a big match here and there. It doesn't fucking matter. 5 matches. Half of this fucking show feels lifeless. The only reason I care is because of Cena and Punk. That is it. I don't even care about Cody and Randy, to be quite honest with you. Their first match since Cody's been back is happening because they're meeting in the final of the tournament. Not because of some overwhelming, well-engaged, emotional story. The only thing that I hope for, and this is the last I'll say on this, the only thing I hope for, because we all knew WWE wasn't going to change the show or move the show. Not at the last minute. The only thing that I hope for is that WWE allows their talents, whomever, the opportunity. If you are scheduled to be there, or you have a scheduled match, and you do not feel comfortable flying in that airspace this week, and you want to stay home because you feel like you are in danger, your life is in danger, you feel uncomfortable in any way, I hope WWE gives the liberty to whatever talent or whatever employee there that opportunity to say, you know what, I don't want to go. They will not be punished for wanting not to go. They will not be blackballed in any way. And they will not be lied to or manipulated further down the line in any way because they didn't go here and they all of a sudden weren't deemed loyal to the company at some point. Hopefully WWE understands that everybody in this situation is not going to want to go for safety and fear of their life. Because what normal human being would want to fly overseas in that airspace when there is unrest and unpredictability like that? Because I know I wouldn't. So hopefully WWE has afforded this liberty to those people on the roster, whether they are active in-ring performers or staff members who have to be there on the production side of things. That's it. That's all these people have to say on social media, yet they're getting into arguments and back and forth and people just making fucking just an embarrassment of themselves, bro. You are a fucking pro wrestling dirt sheet. You are the lowest of common denominators in all of sports, bro. We all are. We do this because we love it. You're not mainstream. You're not a legit news site. You're not being picked up by ESPN. You're not fucking on TV. You're a nobody, just like the rest of us. Yet everybody's out there just projecting about their political beliefs and why this shouldn't happen for X number of reasons and whatnot. Let the fucking president of the United States run the fucking country. You're a fucking dirt sheet that's charging $6.99. Shut the fuck up. Give me a break. Nobody gives a fuck. As long as everybody is safe and as long as everybody is afforded the opportunity to not go if they want to. Simple. Now, one of those situations, something like that, potentially happened tonight. AJ Styles versus Dominic Mysterio. We'll get into that a little bit later. That match has now been canceled from the Night of Champions card on Saturday. AJ was supposed to be challenging Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship, and of course they did. On Monday night, had labeled Dominic injured and not ready to go for Saudi Arabia. Now, I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but this is what I do here because I am a level-headed individual, and not everything I see on television I'm going to believe like a fucking mark. Question everything, ladies and gentlemen. Question everything you read. Question everything that you watch. Don't blindly follow like the rest of these fucking idiots. That match was canceled. I didn't read, I didn't hear, I didn't see anything out of the ordinary in regards to Dominic Mysterio. I didn't see where he got hurt. Where did he get hurt? How did he get hurt? Where was it reported that he got hurt? I didn't hear anything. Or was it one of these guys did not want to go to Riyadh and pulled out of the match because they have every fucking right to pull out? I could absolutely see AJ Styles being the one saying, you know what? Fuck Riyadh. I'm not going to Riyadh. I got fucking kids and a wife at home. I'm not fucking risking my life to go wrestle Dominic Mysterio in Riyadh for fucking 8 minutes. You kidding me? So yes, question everything. Dominic injured? I fucking doubt it. One of those guys, and I'm pointing at AJ. AJ looks like the type of guy who doesn't want to go overseas for obvious reasons. You break. So that's that. Not mentioning it again. The show's taking place on Saturday. I'm excited for Punk and Cena. I'm somewhat excited for Cody and Randy. Outside that, couldn't give a shit. It's a fucking house show on Saturday afternoon. These Saudi shows are more than likely going to be lifeless every time we got to sit down and watch them. Monday night, tonight on Raw, did not do anything to get me any more excited about Night of Champions. No John Cena. I thought Cena was supposed to be there. Apparently he wasn't. No John Cena. No CM Punk. We may see them on Friday, hopefully. Now, SmackDown will be live in Riyadh, here on tape delay in the United States. Very much looking forward to seeing what CM Punk has to say after John Cena basically reenacted in his own way CM Punk's pipe bomb almost 10 years ago, over 10 years ago. So hopefully that's happening on Friday. No Cena, no Punk. WWE got everything situated. King of the Ring final is now set. Queen of the Ring final is now set. And if you listen to what I have to say here on a weekly basis, this comes as no surprise to anybody. It is Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton in the King of the Ring final, and it is Jade Cargill and Asuka in the Queen of the Ring final. Exactly what I had laid out for you 3 weeks ago when this tournament got started. I am not surprised at all. The only surprising thing was that Charlotte did not win her match, and Alexa Bliss did. Asuka then went on to beat Alexa, and she's in the finals. Jade Cargill tonight beat Roxanne Perez. She's in the finals with Asuka. They have history there in the tag team division when Jade was teaming with Bianca and Asuka was teaming with Io. We got those two elements involved with each other once again in the Queen of the Ring. No explanation needed for the history with Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. Hopefully that match serves as the deterioration of babyface Randy Orton, and we start to see Randy slowly start to become a heel. I think that's the great thing about this, man. That is what people want to see. That version of Randy, especially against Cody, as Cody is eyeing John Cena and his way back to John Cena to win the WWE Championship at SummerSlam. If this leads to Randy Orton slowly starting to begin that heel turn and get envious and annoyed and jealous of Cody Rhodes, I could see that playing into the ending of that match. So that's going to be interesting to see play out as well. Gunther. He's going one-on-one with Bill Goldberg at Saturday night's main event. Goldberg did not appear live in front of the audience tonight. Gunther did. And quite honestly, I could sit here and shit on Bill Goldberg for being 58 years old and not being able to move, and he probably tore a fucking knee or blew out a knee on his way to the ring last week. But I thought the sit-down interview with Bill Goldberg and Michael Cole tonight that they pre-taped was very well done. And Gunther's promo in the ring in front of the live audience was even better. And I'm not really excited about their match. I'm actually quite concerned about their match. A lot of people are making a big deal about, just keep an eye out, this might not be Bill Goldberg's last match. I don't know exactly what the fuck they're insinuating. Are we really thinking that Bill Goldberg wins the World Heavyweight Championship in his quote-unquote final match? Can you imagine? Is this going to be a Crown Jewel Goldberg and Fiend rant all over again? Please, I don't want to have to dive into the depths of my soul to deliver a rant like that again, please. I don't want to do that. I'm sure you guys would be greatly entertained, but listen, man. As I get older, man, I don't want to add more gray to the beard. There's enough grays, please. Got some people on social media scaring the shit out of me. I do not want to see that. Is Triple H that fucking stupid? Gunther cut a great promo. He doesn't get enough credit for his promo work. Goldberg actually had a very good sit-down interview with Michael Cole. We'll go over what was said in those two particular segments as well tonight. Braun Breaker went one-on-one with Penta. Seth Rollins. Listen, man, he's going to eventually cash in and become the world champion. By the time we get there, is anybody going to care is my question. I want to. I'm trying. I am trying. The fact that we don't have a fucking name for his group is not a good look. We'll talk about what Rollins said. Like I said, Breaker and Penta went one-on-one. Jade and Asuka tonight. We'll talk about that. Jade continues to look absolutely and completely lost out there. Roxanne carried. And I mean fucking carried, bro. Against Jade Cargill. And Rhea Ripley is chasing Raquel Rodriguez, which could lead to Roxanne filling in for Liv Morgan as one half of the tag team champions. We'll go over that as well, as WWE seemingly does not want to give up on the Women's Tag Team Championships. A very mundane episode of Monday Night Raw that was main evented by Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso, which wasn't bad, but very predictable. A very mundane, straightforward Monday Night Raw. There was no real surprises. There was no real excitement. There was no real energy to it. I think everybody was overly concerned about Night of Champions, whether it was going to happen, whether it's not going to happen. It's still on. It's still scheduled. We'll talk about it. We'll get into it. I want to thank you guys for joining me here on Monday night. This is the Monday Night Raw post show for your June 23rd, 2025. Tomorrow night, we celebrate 100 episodes. Monster and I are very happy that we have gotten to this point. I'm very, very fortunate to have someone like him in my corner. I'm very fortunate that not only I get to call him a friend, but I work with him on Tuesday night and I work with him at House of Glory. And tomorrow we celebrate 100 episodes, and hopefully you guys celebrate along with us, man. It's going to be great. I'm going to get everybody pumped in the intro. I'm going to get everybody pumped and ready to go with the choice of song tomorrow. It's going to be great. And we're going to conduct business like usual, man. No big surprises, no balloons, no streamers, no fucking funny hats. It's just going to be us with our whiskeys talking pro wrestling as normal. And we're going to give you guys a great show. So that's tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. TNT episode 100 right here on the channel. So make sure you guys go and tune into that and set your clocks and your calendars, man. It should be a great night. We missed the goal on Friday. Nobody wanted to see it. I guess nobody wants Friday Night Mario Kart. Tonight we're going to try again, man. Monday is Mario Kart Mondays. If you guys want to see some Mario Kart Monday after the stream, there's a goal set in the chat. We already got 2 out of 10, thanks to a couple of VIPs. We got one from my guy Havili, of course. And we got one by my guy Cam G. So we got 2 out of 10. So if you guys want to see some Mario Kart Mondays, we got to meet the goal. So get them on in. We'll hang out. At the end of the show, we'll rage, we'll laugh. We'll dive into how awful Mario Kart is and what Mario Kart has become as I rage my way, hopefully, to a first place finish. Go and get your TNT t-shirts, now available. You guys know the deal, man. Bonfire.com. Celebrate episode 100 of Tuesday Night Titans with the Monster and JD from New York. First time ever that the sound off and off the script are on one design. So go get yours today. Follow me on social media at JDfromNY206. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. Let's try for 1,000 likes tonight. Super chats are open and will remain open. Get them on in. We'll hang out at the end of the show. If you guys want to become a member, please do that as well. We're looking for new members. Always looking for new members. And tonight's show is sponsored by Blue Chew. BlueChew.com. Code JD at checkout. Make sure you guys go get your free sample courtesy of the podcast. That's BlueChew.com. Code JD at checkout. Seth Rollins. He opens the show tonight as he's obviously eyeing a world championship that he's now Mr. Money in the Bank. Seth Rollins makes his way down to the ring with Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and Paul Heyman. As we discussed in the news this past weekend on Off the Scripts, if you guys missed any of the content, go and check it out. There are two names. There are two names that are floating around in the rumor mill about potentially joining Seth Rollins and this yet unnamed group. Those names are Ethan Page and Ricky Starks. Now, I think it would be great for either one of them to join because whoever does join is going to automatically get a main event boost on Monday night. But I do think one of the two is a better fit for Seth Rollins, and I do think that Ethan Page from NXT, the current North American champion, is a better fit for Seth Rollins and this new group. If you even want to call it new. It's not really new anymore. I think Ethan Page is a better fit. He's got the attitude that Rollins is looking for, as does Ricky Starks, but I think Ricky Starks needs to get over on his own, and putting him in a group where more than likely he's going to be a fall guy. I don't really look at Ricky Starks or want to see Ricky Starks as being a fall guy. Every group needs a fall guy. Every group needs a guy that someone else can beat. I don't want to see that be Ricky Starks. I don't want to see it be Ethan Page either, but there are other variables that go into Ethan Page being a better fit than Ricky Starks for the group. But we're not there yet. We got what we got with Breakker, Reed, and Rollins. But there is a rumored fourth man possibly coming for Rollins' group. They sang his song, did Columbus, Ohio. Corey Graves was back on commentary this week. Always great to hear Corey Graves. Much prefer Corey Graves over Pat McAfee. The show just feels like Raw when Graves is there. They mentioned LA Knight. Corey Graves mentioned LA Knight. LA Knight interfered against Bronson Reed. Then Bronson Reed attacked LA Knight on SmackDown. Cole said Knight would be out indefinitely because of 3 tsunamis on Friday Night SmackDown. LA Knight is in the rumor mill as well. He's in the news. And the news is LA Knight is getting prepped for a move from Friday to Monday, which is the best move for him. So if you guys see LA Knight pop up on Raw, he is going to be a full-fledged member sooner rather than later on the Monday Night Raw roster. Seth is in the middle of the ring. He welcomed everybody to Monday Night Rollins. He also said the fans cheer him 1 minute and then boo him the next. Fickle fans. He said the fans need a visionary like him to tell them what is good for them. He said Roman Reigns wouldn't exist if it wasn't for Seth Rollins. He said CM Punk's claim that he came back to WWE because of his name. We got loud CM Punk chants. He said Punk is back in the WWE because WWE wanted to cash in on how much he hated Punk. He said there is no second coming of Cody Rhodes if he wasn't there to put him on the map. He says he was the first NXT champion and the first world heavyweight champion. Those things exist the way that they are because I built them in my image. He says he is the creator and prime mover. He then put his arm around Paul Heyman. He called Paul Heyman his oracle. You know, I understand that WWE needs a powerful heel faction to be the centerpiece of their WWE television. I didn't really think that they were going to give Seth Rollins basically his own bloodline and boil it down to even calling Paul Heyman his oracle. Whereas Paul Heyman was the wise man in the bloodline. Can we at least pretend like it's a little bit different, please? Why does every group need to be modeled after the bloodline? The bloodline was great. It existed and it helped in so many different aspects. We don't need to basically kill the bloodline and then recreate the bloodline, which is basically not the bloodline, but a Walmart version of the bloodline with Paul Heyman and call him the Oracle. I'm not watching the fucking Matrix. I'm not watching Neo. I don't want to see a recreation of the bloodline. I'd like them to be a little bit more original. He said every revolution faces opposition, and he will deal with that diplomatically until the opposition pushes him and forces his hand. He said that's exactly what happened to LA Knight. He says he got tsunamied for his troubles over and over and over again. He said Breakker has the opportunity to do the same thing to another person who's been a thorn in their side. Penta. Chad, has Penta been a thorn in Seth Rollins' side? What makes Penta a thorn in this group's side? Has Penta been at war with this group? I don't really recall Penta being involved with the group outside maybe a week. I thought Penta was very much going after the Intercontinental Championship. I thought Penta was going after the Judgment Day. Or did they just drop that storyline out of nowhere? When did Penta start getting involved with this group led by Seth Rollins? That seems completely fucking random if you ask me. It's almost as if WWE's got no fucking direction. He's been a paper cut. Yeah. That's a very good way to put it. A thorn in their side for what? A week? Because he showed up and did a tope dive over the top rope? Seth should be so lucky that he's got Penta. He hasn't done shit. It's like creative is just completely out to lunch, bro. Completely out to lunch. There's no other baby faces on this show that are readily available to battle Seth Rollins. So now they have to manufacture tension with somebody who hasn't even been involved in the storyline. Great. Sami's busy with Cross. Jey Uso's busy with Cody. LA Knight's out injured, quote unquote. They got Penta, though. They got Penta. He says a lot of people think they have what it takes to exist at the very top, such as John Cena and Gunther. Or their challengers such as Punk or Goldberg. Or those left in the King of the Ring tournament. Cody, Jey, Randy Orton. He said those men fail to understand that they are all running a race for second place. Seth really tried to convince you tonight. I mean, he's Mr. Money in the Bank. He doesn't really have to convince anybody of anything. He's got a fucking contract for a championship match whenever he wants. He doesn't need to stand there and convince me that he's the man. We know he is. Everybody should understand that. This was basically his state of the WWE address on why he is so important. And why he is the guy that we should brand as carrying this company into the future. He needed to list all of his accomplishments and list everything he's done for everybody else. But the thing is, at the end of the day, I'm not going to judge this yet until we get to the next phase. I'm still waiting to fully engulf myself in what they're selling. The easiest way for me to put this, I'm gonna use something that I find to be important to me. My home brewing and my home espresso is very important to me. It's like a morning ritual. I do it because it brings me peace. I can't do things with shitty equipment. So what I do is I watch a lot of coffee YouTubers and I watch a lot of people who are much more educated than me in the hobby. I'm currently looking for a new coffee grinder. I want something that's the end-all, be-all, that's going to be the one grinder I'm going to buy, and I don't have to buy another one ever again. This is it. Like end game type shit. I have watched hours and hours and hours of video and review, and I'm looking at two different fucking pieces of equipment. And I'm not sold on either one of them. Not only because they're very expensive, but I'm not sure I'm going to have the patience to learn how to use these things. And I could easily go and get something much, much cheaper, and it's just a flip of a button, and it does what I need to do. So I'm watching all this content, and I'm watching all these people talk and talk and talk and give me the pros and the cons, and I'm not sold yet. When I watch Seth Rollins and I watch Braun Breaker and I watch Bronson Reed and I listen to Paul Heyman, I'm not sold yet on what they're selling. What have they done up until this point that has made you believe that they are a threat to the very existence of the WWE? What have they done? They haven't done anything. Very formulaic, very fundamental things. Attack this guy there, attack this guy over there, show up on the other show and do the same thing all over again. What have they done that has struck fear into Monday Night Raw? What have they done to swing the balance of power to their group? What have they done on Monday night that is going to signify that they are the top group and we should fear them? What have they done? Nothing. Couple of tsunami splashes on LA Knight, a win over Penta. It's not going to get the job done. Now Seth is parading around with the Money in the Bank, and we're now once again in one of Triple H's vicious waiting games. Is he going to cash in on Saturday Night of Champions against John Cena? Is he going to wait till Saturday night's main event and cash in on Gunther or Goldberg? Is he going to wait till SummerSlam and do it against Cody when Cody wins King of the Ring and wrestles John Cena in the main event of SummerSlam? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. But I am not sold yet. They haven't done anything out of the ordinary. Everything that they've done has basically been safe WWE creative. But you got Paul Heyman standing there, so we're supposed to take it as important because we see Paul Heyman. It's great. Maybe you should start booking the fucking group different than how you booked the Bloodline and the Judgment Day. This is just another group to follow the lineage of those two groups that have just been all over WWE television the last 3 or 4 years, and you're doing the same thing with the same attacks and the same thing every single week over and over again. At some point, you as the viewer are going to get bored. It doesn't matter how many new faces or new members you add to the group. Their reason is one thing and one thing only. Rollins wants to be the guy that everybody for years said he was never going to be. Because he's done nothing but live in the shadow of Roman Reigns and now CM Punk on Monday night. I get what he's doing. I'm not sold yet on what he's doing. You got this group simmering on the stovetop. Turn the fucking burner up and start cooking the motherfucker. Seriously. I'm not asking for some fucking NWO rehash. But what you're giving me is nothing more than a fucking Death Riders on WWE television. And they do the same thing every single fucking week. Oh, they got a chair. Oh, they're Pillmanizing someone's leg. Oh, they got a fucking crowbar. Oh, here's another John Moxley bulldog choke. I'm not entertained, bro. I'm not. You got to do something more. You got to give me something else. Unfortunately, we're going to have to wait till Seth Rollins cashes in his briefcase to find out what that next is. Penta. He's a thorn in their side. He hasn't been feuding for them or feuding with them for more than 1 week, but he's a thorn in their side. He goes one-on-one with Braun Breaker. This went nearly 20 minutes. If you're going to give 20 minutes to two guys on Monday night, these are the two guys you want to give 20 minutes to. This was awesome. We'll pick it up after the commercial break. Penta took over, set Breaker up onto the ring post. He followed up with a running flip dive onto Breaker at ringside, and we go into a commercial break. We come back from the first commercial break. Breaker and Penta down behind the announce desk. How they got there, I don't know. They showed a clip of Breaker clothesline Penta into the announce desk during the break. Breaker dropped Penta over his knees as they go back into the ring. Breaker then slowed the match down into a side headlock. He starts yelling at Paul Heyman. He wants to quit. Penta's not a quitter, bro. He does anything but quit. Breaker blocked a Mexican destroyer, somersaulted into a high knee, right into Penta's face in the corner. He then hits a Frankensteiner for a 2 count. Penta kicked Breaker to stop a spear. He then DDT Breaker and landed a Mexican destroyer for a very close near fall. Penta couldn't believe it. He started shaking his head no. He didn't know how Braun Breaker kicked out of the Mexican destroyer. Penta springboarded a Breaker, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Penta's soul immediately left his body because Breaker countered a springboard turnaround maneuver with a spear and took Penta out of midair with a spear that basically cut him in half. Referee counted 1, 2, 3. Braun Breaker wins. It popped the crowd big. Seth came to ringside afterwards and yelled at Penta, "Stay out of their way. This was your one and final warning." Penta starts shaking his head, no. Very good match. Now, I know Penta and Braun Breaker had some run-ins in the past. This was while Braun Breaker was the Intercontinental Champion and not yet aligned with Seth Rollins. But that doesn't mean Seth Rollins and Penta, or Penta rather, is a thorn in Seth Rollins' side. That doesn't mean we can integrate him into the storyline because he once upon a time had a run-in with Braun Breaker backstage. Well, Penta just got here and he eyed being Intercontinental Champion. That has nothing to do with the here and the now. His inclusion in this seems very random, thrown in there for the sake of it, and it lacks continuity and logic. It almost seems like WWE creative is fucking clueless. Or is it one of those tropes where, oh, everybody's tied up in the King of the Ring tournament. They need to manufacture some tension with somebody who's not in the tournament to keep this thing going. Well, maybe we shouldn't have wrote LA Knight off on television. Braun Breaker wins in 20 minutes. They went to Michael Cole and Corey Graves at ringside. They went over how Liv Morgan's shoulder got dislocated last week and said that she's going to miss several months of action as a result. We did a video on this on Saturday. If you guys want to go check that out, please, it's on the channel. We talk about Liv Morgan and the injury and how it has derailed plans not only for Liv Morgan, but the tag team titles and Evolution 2. The card apparently has come to a screeching halt, and WWE reportedly is changing the entire card now because of Liv Morgan's injury. I don't know how Liv Morgan's injury and one person's going to change the entire card, but whatever her scheduled match was is now off the table. And we could be looking at least some of what I discussed in the video where I proposed Liv Morgan being out with injury and Roxanne Perez slowly starting to adopt an attitude and a character very similar to Liv Morgan, where she's basically stealing Liv Morgan's identity within the Judgment Day, becoming close to Dominic, becoming the tag team champion, where Raquel trusts her now to defend those tag team titles now that Liv Morgan is out. And when Liv Morgan gets back, she gets back to see Roxanne Perez basically acting like Liv Morgan. And Liv Morgan needs to fight to get her identity back. And Liv Morgan comes back as a darker character, ready to do battle with Roxanne Perez and get back what is hers. Not only her identity, but Dominic and championship gold. Obviously, I would start positioning Roxanne Perez to win the women's championship by the end of the year. And Liv Morgan being out with a significant injury, that puts her right back for a return at the Royal Rumble. We could be looking at an early favorite to win the women's Royal Rumble. Maybe it ends up being Liv Morgan versus Roxanne Perez for the WWE Women's Championship, Women's World Championship at WrestleMania in Las Vegas. I don't know. We may be heading in that direction. We'll see. Roxanne Perez came out to save Raquel Rodriguez. We'll talk about that a little later. But if you guys missed that video, very good video. Go check it out. It's on the channel. Everything you need is on the homepage. Adam Pearce. He's on the phone. He then hangs up with whoever he's on the phone with. AJ Styles walks in. Adam Pearce says Dominic Mysterio is injured and cannot wrestle at Night of Champions. Styles said, you know what, Adam? He's ducking me. He's ducking me. Adam Pearce told Styles, listen, he can't wrestle. When he's ready, you're going to be the first in line. And that was that. I'll get to that in a second. In walks the New Day after Styles is frustrated that he's not going to be getting his Intercontinental title match at Night of Champions. New Day walks in. They get face-to-face with Adam Pearce, and they want a photo shoot of some sort. Now, I don't know what's becoming of the New Day. The New Day seem to be dipping very, very slowly into the maximum male models gimmick. Xavier Woods is showing off his body. He's showing off his 6-pack, 12-pack, 18-pack abs. And they're dressed in designer clothing. When did we get this New Day? How did this New Day become about? I'm not sure if I'm watching the New Day or if I'm watching Maximum Models 2.0. And both Austin Theory and Grayson Waller are acting as their sideshow freaks. What's going on with the New Day? They want a photo shoot. Adam Pearce said that they are scheduled to wrestle next week. They don't want to wrestle. They will be wrestling JD McDonough and Finn Balor, defending the tag team championships next week against the Judgment Day. Xavier Woods walked off and yelled at Adam Pearce, "You are bald." Yes. Yes, he is. Bill Goldberg. He sat down with Michael Cole about his issues with Gunther. Now, last week we went over Bill Goldberg returning to WWE, and we can sit here and go over all the factual information. Goldberg is Oldberg. Goldberg could barely walk the ring. He could barely get up the ring ropes. He could barely get out of the ring and walk down the steel steps. Guy looked like he was limping before he even got to the ring. The guy looked like he was completely gassed before he got into the ring to meet Gunther face to face. This is going to be a fucking nightmare. I'm not anticipating anything at all with this match. But Gunther says, listen, he wants to wrestle me. I got 3 minutes to spare. That's all it's going to end up being. That's all I think his body is truly capable of. Last week was eye-rolling. Last week was frustrating. And this week, WWE tries to make sense of why this match is even happening. Last week, Bill Goldberg showed up literally out of nowhere with no fucking reason. We all expected it. It was the worst kept secret in all of pro wrestling. We knew it was coming. He even said so. He basically prepped you for it. But there's no reason why the match is happening. None. Goldberg and Gunther had a meeting of the minds back at Bad Blood. This was back in October. That was the night that CM Punk and Drew McIntyre wrestled in the opening match at Hell in a Cell. Goldberg was sitting in the front row. He was there as a fan. Goldberg was made fun of by Gunther. Gage, Goldberg's son, was made fun of by Gunther. Apparently, he made fun of Goldberg's wife as well. Goldberg's family was made fun of by Gunther. From that moment, chat, from that moment, from that night, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. We are now in June. 7.5 months. WWE did absolutely fuck all to prep you for a Goldberg versus Gunther match. There wasn't one story. There wasn't one promo. There wasn't one vignette. There wasn't even a fucking mention of the word Goldberg on WWE television for 7.5 months. Yet this guy comes back last week, and we are to believe that he walks on in to the WWE. He asks for a championship match against Gunther, and he's automatically granted one. With the fucking excuse that, oh my God, 20 years ago, 25 years ago, I went 162-0. I don't have to work for a championship match. I'm Goldberg. I'm sorry, motherfucker. This ain't 1999. Who walks in to WWE and just gets a championship match? Who do you think you are, Tony Khan? Not one fucking mention. Not one caveat to this build. Nothing. WWE almost treats their audience like they're fucking stupid. How the fuck do you look at me, the viewer, and think, oh, they'll be excited about that? The fuck is wrong with you? For 7.5 months, you didn't mention a fucking thing. Now you want me to be excited about Bill Goldberg. Shows up. Match is made. You're next. I can't wait for my next bowel movement. I'd rather have that happen than watch another Bill Goldberg match. Yet you got Triple H saying, just be a fan, just be a fan. As you insult our intelligence, you want me to be a fucking fan. Great. Now, with that said, did they make sense of the 7.5 months of nothing? No. No, they did not. This is basically damage control. This sit-down promo by Bill Goldberg and Michael Cole was damage control because they heard the criticisms of how the fuck can you give us this match and why is this happening when you did absolutely no work to make it intriguing. This entire vignette promo was a damage control promo. Goldberg is telling Michael Cole that he was never going to allow Gunther to get away from the verbal barrage aimed at him after Gunther tried to embarrass him in front of his family. He said even if he has 1 foot in the grave, he'll defend his honor. He says he was looking for an opponent for his retirement match. He said Gunther is that man. I wish it wasn't Gunther, quite honestly. He goes on to tell Michael Cole that he's going to beat the fuck out of Gunther at Saturday night's main event. Michael Cole said he asked Goldberg if this is definitely his retirement match. He said to Michael Cole, yeah, it is. He then asked him what happens if he wins the world title. He said Goldberg called it an interesting dilemma. WWE never outwardly, when Goldberg met Gunther face-to-face, they never outwardly mentioned it was for the World Heavyweight Championship. This is why I was so confused when I said last week it wasn't for the World Heavyweight Championship. Why should it be? This is why I said it shouldn't be for the World Championship, and the chat was telling me last week it is. It was on the fucking match graphic. I don't know why it's a championship match, but it is. WWE didn't even do much to tell you it was Bill Goldberg's retirement. They waited till tonight to tell you. They sent out a press release saying that this match at Saturday night's main event is going to be his retirement match, which I'm hoping is the fucking nail in the coffin for this. Because deep down, and I'm being honest with you, I am slightly concerned about this match. I have a small feeling. It's not overwhelming to a point where I'm terrified. I'm not feeling like this is a Fiend situation all over again. There is a slight chance that Bill Goldberg wins the World Heavyweight Championship and gets cashed in on by Seth Rollins. Now, I don't know what that would do, being that they've already teased Rollins and Cody. They seemingly seem to be going down that road of Rollins and Cody again. I don't know what they're planning on doing, but CM Punk is a Raw guy. He's fighting John Cena, who's a SmackDown guy. CM Punk is obviously still feuding with Seth Rollins. Cody is a SmackDown guy. He will be the WWE champion on Friday night. Unless they have Rollins cash in and move the entire group over to Friday to go wrestle Cody Rhodes, I don't really see him cashing in on the WWE championship. I see him cashing in on the World Heavyweight Championship to continue the story from where we started it. CM Punk and Sami Zayn. If there is one place for Rollins to cash in, it's going to be at Saturday night's main event. And I could see them doing that because of the weekend in which that show falls on. They want to load up every aspect of their television with the most must-see, unpredictable environments to combat All In. If there is a place for Rollins to cash in, I'm not looking at Saudi Arabia. I'm not looking at SummerSlam. I'm looking at that Saturday night's main event. And the one kicker is the weekend in which that show falls on. If they could steal AEW's thunder as many times as they could, they will. Does Goldberg beat Gunther? Does he become the World Heavyweight Champion in his final match? Does Rollins cash in? Do we get Braun Breaker spearing Goldberg in half? Is the reason why they didn't outwardly mention or make a big deal about this being his retirement match? Everything was just very low key. If you seen it, it was very low key. If you weren't paying attention, you missed it. Is this your retirement match? Yeah. Well, that would be an interesting dilemma. What's the interesting dilemma? Are we getting Goldberg for more than one match? Does Goldberg beat Gunther? Does Rollins cash in on Goldberg because of a Braun Breaker spear? Does Goldberg then go after Braun Breaker, and is that his retirement match? Rollins mentioned Goldberg in his promo tonight. Why is he mentioning Goldberg? The only mention of Goldberg is because Goldberg has an opportunity to become the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. They threw that little fucking Easter egg in there for you to let you fucking marinate on that one. I hope none of this happens. I hope none of it happens. I don't want to see Goldberg win the World Heavyweight Championship. I don't want to see Gunther fucking win the championship only to lose it to fucking Goldberg. How do we get Rollins the World Heavyweight Championship? Seemingly looks like they took the title off Yeet Man to make this match more important for a very specific reason. Because you could have absolutely done Goldberg versus Gunther without the championship being on the line. But here we are looking at this match with the World Heavyweight Championship on the line. Why? Why? What is their reason? Has anybody asked themselves that question? Was this match in need of the World Heavyweight Championship? I don't think so. Do they want Goldberg to retire? I think he's got 2 matches in him. Otherwise, I don't know why we gave Gunther the World Heavyweight Championship. We could have easily done this without the title on the line. Rollins could have cashed in on fucking Yeet Man. Something's going on there. Something's not registering with me. That's what's got me concerned. That's what's got me concerned. John in the chat says, Braun interferes, costing Goldberg, then Seth cashes in on Gunther. I would rather Seth cash in. Well, you got to compromise Gunther as well. Is Gunther going to get a fucking spear? Are we going to make Gunther a casualty of their group as well? Go all out. I just got done telling you, I don't fear them. I don't feel the fear in them. If they want to really make a fucking statement, Gunther's the right guy to make a statement against. Push your power around, bro. Show us why you are the revolutionary you say you are. Slightly concerned here. They cut to Roxanne Perez backstage. She was warming up before her match with Jade Cargill, where the Judgment Day, Balor, Dominic, McDonough, and Raquel Rodriguez were all hanging out. Balor gave the Judgment Day a pep talk as they all seemed very down because Liv Morgan is now injured. Balor got Raquel Rodriguez all fired up, and he said something stupid. She got angry at him, and then he turned it around on her and said, "That's exactly the fire I want to see in you." Me and JD McDonough are going to win the tag team championships. Roxanne's going to win Queen of the Ring. And you, Raquel, are the tag team champions. We are sitting pretty. We are fine. Don't let Rhea Ripley walk all over you like she did last week. Go make her pay. She got angry. Finn Balor fired her up. And she went to go take out Rhea Ripley. Bayley. She was warming up backstage when Lyra Valkyria walked in. Lyra wished her luck against Becky Lynch tonight for the Intercontinental Championship. She said she earned the title shot. Bayley said she didn't know she needed Lyra's permission to get a championship match, but then apologized for her tone. She assured her that when she wins, Lyra will be the first to get a championship match against Bayley. Jade Cargill. She went one-on-one with Roxanne Perez. This is the Queen of the Ring semi-final match. WWE had a couple of different ways they could have went with this, and they ended up going with exactly what I expected them to go with. Now, Roxanne Perez was a dark horse, no pun intended, a dark horse pick in this tournament. She would be a very good pick to win Queen of the Ring. That would have played into the Liv Morgan storyline if they very well wanted to do that. But WWE wasn't going to bring Roxanne Perez up and feature her in a significant role over Naomi, Bianca Belair, and Jade Cargill that they put many, many, many more months into for that story. So Roxanne was going to be second place here to the story that is Jade, Naomi, and Bianca Belair that we will see play out going into SummerSlam because Naomi has missed Money in the Bank. So I went with Jade just for that simple reason. And that's exactly what we got. I don't want to sound like a broken record, folks. I don't. She's got her fans out there, which, I mean, if you like that type of thing, that's great. Not my cup of coffee, I'll tell you that right now. Jade looks like a bazillion dollars. She looks fucking unbelievable. Statuesque. I mean, she's cut out of, I don't even know what the fuck she's cut out of. She makes the Greek goddesses that fucking are statues outside the Roman Empire fucking tremble in fear. They make these statues look fucking unbelievable. She's basically that times 1,000. She looks the part like you couldn't believe. When she gets into the ring and the bell rings, this is the most manufactured I've ever seen anybody, maybe ever, in WWE. I've never seen anyone just completely go through the motions more than Jade Cargill. You physically see her struggling to remember what spot's next, what she's got to do, where she's got to be, what's coming next. You physically see her trying to remember her dance moves. That doesn't make a good professional wrestler. It doesn't. The woman is completely just out to lunch when that bell rings. Yet you got people that justify this and you got people that defend it. She's awful. There's been zero character development. There's been zero getting better on her promos. There has been absolutely zero improvement from when she came over from AEW. WWE basically has given her a platform. WWE has basically given her a larger audience, and she's given nothing back to the in-ring work that is this great women's division. So much so that we're now asking 23-year-old Roxanne Perez to carry a 5-year veteran in Jade Cargill. If you're not good at something after 5 years, maybe you should go find something else to do. It's as simple as that. There are people fucking sent down to AAA within 3 innings because they didn't do the fucking job that they needed to do. Apparently the Braves brought back Craig Kimbrell and they sent them right back down to AAA and then they fucking released him. I didn't think he did such a bad job. Goodbye. Tell me when I'm telling lies about Jade Cargill. Her in-ring sucks. Her selling sucks. Her promos suck. Where's the upside? Where's the upside? WWE is walking a very dangerous line with Jade Cargill. I don't know if making her a babyface or bringing her in first as a babyface was the right move to make. There's nothing about this woman I outwardly want to cheer. There's nothing about her that makes me want to say, hey man, I can't wait to see Jade Cargill wrestle tonight. I very much dislike what she brings to the table, and I very much want to boo her because I do not like her. Her personality sucks. She's not someone that jumps off the screen as endearing. She's not someone that jumps off the screen as, oh my God, I think she's great. She's not a likable character. She's miscast. That's not going to magically make her in-ring better. But the more you shove someone in our face, the more people are not going to want to see her. She's already getting 0 reactions. Her theme music hits. You listen to Jade Cargill and then you listen to fucking Rhea Ripley. I mean, it is like, whatever the fucking complete opposite of night and day is, it is the fucking absolute limits of night and day. And they paired this woman with Bianca Belair for months. Silence. Again, tell me when I'm telling lies. The most manufactured female in the WWE Women's Division since the days of Charlotte Flair. It's not that bad, but it's pretty fucking bad. You can sit there and claim JD is racist, JD hates women, JD hates this, JD hates that. Bro, I'm trying. I didn't even tweet anything about the fucking match tonight. I'm trying. You cannot fault me. I kept my mouth shut on social media. I didn't tweet and delete. I didn't say anything at all. I'm trying. I don't see what others do. I don't. She's not ready for a big primetime spot. She's not ready for a championship match, but they're going to give her the Queen of the Ring tournament. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. Because through Jade, a better story is there to be told. That's why they're going to give her Queen of the Ring. And I have been guilty of saying, if you have an option to tell the better story, then you go with the story. That's what they're doing with Jade Cargill. Oh, but JD from NY 206, he hates women, JD. Great. You're a clueless fucking hack. Thanks for asking, bro. This match was awful. Roxanne Perez, she is considered lucky that she was able to carry through this match. Cargill tried fighting back after the commercial break, but Perez shot blocked her. Crowd was really quiet. Silence. Nobody cares about Jade. Nobody. Roxanne isn't even over yet. Cargill caught Perez out of midair as he attempted a crossbody off the top rope. This did look impressive because Jade almost fucking dropped her and muscled her up. Cargill hit a spine buster and a chokeslam for a 2. Perez countered a Jaded, applied a cradle for a cover, followed by a double knee drop for another cover. Cargill avoided pop rocks, and she went for a pump kick, which she completely waffled on. She completely missed it. Cargill then hits a power bomb, and I don't know what happened here. It almost looked like she tried to deadlift Roxanne in a power bomb position with one arm, and then all of a sudden gave up, picked Roxanne up, delivered Jaded, and Jade Cargill wins 1, 2, 3, advances to the finals of the Queen of the Ring. She poses. She leaves the ring. She goes and stands next to the podium where the Queen of the Ring crown is. Out comes Asuka to a new remixed version of her original CFO Money theme. She got Def Rebelled. This is the new thing. WWE's taking their old themes and making them Def Rebelled, which I guess is better than coming up with an original Def Rebel piece. Beggars can't be choosers. Jade, Asuka, Queen of the Ring final. Now, I've had some geeks online because I predicted this to happen. And obviously, as you see, I was correct. Some geeks online, well, JD, I think Asuka is going to win. I think we should get Asuka versus Io Sky at SummerSlam. Thank you for the recommendation, fellow IWC geek. Go shower. My question to you is, why do we need Asuka to win the Queen of the Ring tournament to get Asuka and Io? When Jade is a SmackDown superstar who is going to win the tournament and go back to SmackDown and wrestle Tiffany Stratton for the WWE Women's Championship. Why would we give Asuka that? We got a pay-per-view called Evolution 2 coming up. Maybe we do a battle royal to get as many women on the card as possible. And maybe Asuka wins a battle royal where the number one contender is crowned for the WWE Women's World Championship. Not like there's no other way we could get Asuka and Io, right? Sometimes people don't think, bro. Sometimes people don't think. But JD, why is Jade gonna win the queen of the ring, JD? Because story is priority. No matter what you think of Jade Cargill, she's got a story built in where Asuka does not. I hope this answers your question. Thanks for coming. Jackie Redmond. She tried to interview Dominic Mysterio. Fans kept booing him. And they moved on to the next segment. Sheamus. Sheamus is backstage with Natalya, Maxine Dupree, and Akira Tozawa. He told Maxine and Natalya they could be the tag team champions one day. Oh, man. I can't wait. Ma, I'm going to grow up and become the women's tag team champions. What tag teams exist in this division where we can actually call it a tag team division? I'm still wondering about this, ladies and gentlemen. Where is the division? Why haven't we mailed the titles from Stamford, Connecticut to wherever I am in parts unknown? Why haven't we mailed me the titles so I could make a viral clip on social media and burn the fucking titles? I'd love to run them over with the Dark Horse and make them nothing more than liquid gold or whatever the fuck they're made out of. Natalya and Maxine were upset he didn't win his qualifying match last week. Or his King of the Ring Fatal 4-Way, I should say, last week. Sheamus says he at least put Rusev in his place for a little bit. In comes Rusev. Rusev confronted Sheamus. He said this place was full of people like Sheamus, providing smiles to the face and knives in the back. Sheamus called Rusev the most embarrassing and most egotistical member of the League of Nations. I didn't think I was going to get a League of Nations nod in 2025, but here we are. Sheamus was tired of talking and wanted to fight. Rusev smiled and said he would make Sheamus remember this. Now, I don't know why this isn't added to the Night of Champions card, but I'm not matchmaker in WWE. Triple H is. This would instantly make the Night of Champions card better than what it is right now. Gunther. He's out there for a promo segment. He's pissed about Goldberg. He's pissed that Goldberg interrupted what should have been his championship celebration last week. He called Goldberg the most destructive man of his generation, but it wasn't 1999 anymore. There were actually some people in attendance tonight in Columbus, Ohio, who cheered this comment. It was 2025, and Gunther was the guy. He was the best professional wrestler in the company, and the title around his waist proved it. He may be the best professional wrestler in the company. I'm not arguing anything regarding that. He may be one of the best pro wrestlers on the face of the fucking planet in any promotion. Gunther heard Goldberg's intense comments, but that wouldn't change Gunther's perception of him. Goldberg was a 58-year-old one-trick pony who couldn't lace his boots. Gunther then apologized to Goldberg's wife, Goldberg's son, for everything he's going to do at Saturday night's main event, as he said he would embarrass Goldberg in front of his family. It's my personal responsibility to make sure that the legacy and the myth of Bill Goldberg forever dies. This was a great fucking promo. This was a great promo. So many people take the long-winded approach to get to a promo, to get to a point in a promo. This guy went out there and basically settled into it for 4 minutes and gave you exactly what you needed to hear. The legacy and the myth of Bill Goldberg forever dies at Saturday night's main event. I don't know what else needs to be really said, honestly. What else needs to be said? He drops the mic, he leaves the ring, goodbye. Gunther is fucking great. Much better than Yeet, right? So much of his promo as a world champion. 4 letters, 1 word, ha ha, Yeet. It's great, bro. It's fantastic, man. How's that going to get me excited for a world championship match? Can you further elaborate, please? Jackie Redmond tried to interview Becky Lynch backstage. She was flustered after having seen Lyra Valkyria and Bayley conspiring against her. She said, you know what? I've said enough. And she leaves. Jackie Redmond then saw Sami Zayn nearby, and she tried to get an interview with him. They were interrupted by Karrion Kross and Scarlett. Kross got a decent pop. Kross enjoyed Sami's fiery speech last week, but then he lost to Randy Orton anyway. Friday, he lost his semifinal match to Randy Orton. Kross once again reiterated that Sami Zayn would never be a world champion ever. Sami Zayn calmly stepped back before knocking him down to the ground with a right hand that looked fucking brutal, bro. What a right hand by Sami Zayn. Great looking right hand. I don't know how he was able to deliver it with such precision and realism. It looked great. Sami Zayn told Kross, I've already spoken to Pierce about their match, and it is official. Zayn left. Scarlett and Kross laughed as they both said, got him. This match is now signed, sealed, and delivered for Saudi Arabia. As I did mention this on Friday, if Sami was going to lose to Randy Orton, which he did, the backup plan would be getting Sami on this Saudi show because they love him there, and the logical direction would be Sami and Kross. I have predicted this entire tournament outside Charlotte, and this happening for Sami at Night of Champions like that. Basically batting 1,000, almost 1,000 for my predictions in this tournament. Becky Lynch. She defends the Intercontinental Championship against Bayley. Role model. Yes, we still have another week of Bayley with role model. I thought there was a rumor that Paramore was doing her theme music or some pop punk band or whatever the fuck they're called, whatever the genre of music is that I will never listen to ever. God, we got to get this woman some new theme music. Why don't they go and take her old theme music and just do Def Rebel? Why can't they just go and revise and Def Rebel her old theme music? Please? This was a very good wrestling match. I knew it would be. We'll pick it up right before the commercial break. Bayley's on the top rope. Becky Lynch jumps up to the top rope and yanks Bayley down in an arm wrench as she falls over the top rope to the outside. And we go into a commercial break. We come back from the break. Becky Lynch is targeting the arm, which was the story throughout this match. Bayley mounted her comeback. Becky Lynch cuts her off with a back suplex. Bayley comes back with a Bayley to belly for a near fall. Bayley slammed Becky Lynch into the corner and hits a sunset flip powerbomb into the turnbuckle for a close 2 count. Becky Lynch hits a superplex, and they trade counters until Bayley can only apply a single leg Boston Crab as she's selling the arm that was wrenched over the top rope before. Becky Lynch got a rope break. Becky Lynch blocked a manhandle slam, or Bayley rather blocked a manhandle slam, and hit one of her own. Becky Lynch rolled out of the ring to avoid being pinned. Bayley went after Becky Lynch, but Becky Lynch threw her over the announce desk. Becky then buries Bayley underneath both Michael Cole and Corey Graves' chairs, and then starts taking some folding chairs from the timekeeper's area and throws them on top of the rubble. She's actively burying Bayley to try and swindle a count out here. She's telling the referee, count out, count out. All of a sudden, Lyra Valkyria sees this and jumps the barricade and tries to save Bayley from the rubble and throws her back into the ring. So Becky sees Lyra out there. Becky hits Lyra, and then Lyra gets up on the apron and is just upset. She wanted to throw a punch at Bayley. But Becky's in the ring saying, hit me, please, please do it. Knowing that if Lyra hits her, Becky retains the title and Becky wins. She did not do that. Lyra jumps down and does not punch Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch then tried a baseball slide on Bayley and hit Lyra Valkyria by mistake. Bayley shoved Lynch into the ring post on the outside and then throws her into the barricade. Bayley went to the top rope and was going to deliver her Macho Man-like elbow drop, but all of a sudden, Lyra gets up after Becky hit an accidental baseball slide. She gets into the ring, and she starts punching away at Becky Lynch, and the match is labeled a disqualification, and Becky Lynch wins and retains the championship, while Lyra gets Bayley disqualified. Now, I knew Becky wasn't losing the championship. I knew that there was going to be some sort of fuck finish, and that's exactly what we got. Bayley was not going to win the championship tonight. Lyra is still very much involved in this story, and we have Evolution 2 coming up. I said it a couple of weeks ago. It could be Becky and Lyra, part 4, but then what do you do with Bayley? It could be Bayley and Becky, round 2, after tonight. What do you do with Lyra? This is going to be a common thing for the next several weeks. We're going to get a triple threat match at Evolution 2. It's going to be Becky, Bayley, and Lyra for the Intercontinental title. Becky's probably going to end up pinning Bayley, and then we'll get Becky and Lyra at SummerSlam for the Intercontinental Championship, where I think Lyra wins the championship back. Now, shout out my guy here.
I drank another beer. 3 beers. 4 beers.
Oh, no.
5 beers.
Oh,
6 beers. 7 beers. 8 beers. 9 beers. And a Bloody Mary.
Oh my goodness, Havili with a $100 super chat. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you very, very much. He leaves no message. He just walks on into the beer garden and acts like the VIP that he is. You know, I had somebody on Instagram comment to me, JD, why don't you get rid of that Stone Cold soundbite, man? It's annoying, JD from NY 206. No, I will not. You fucking break. Triple threat match coming at Evolution. That's my prediction. And that's going to be a banger. Best in the world, Matt. No, the goal was not met. We got 6 more to go, bro. I'm not giving away Mario Kart that easy, man. Come on now. We are only 4 out of 10 on the Mario Kart Monday goal. Continue to get those super chats in. This was a good match until the finish, but I was expecting the finish anyway. That was going to involve Lyra. And like I said, triple threat match coming at Evolution. Chad Gable told Ivy Nile that she was his favorite student. And he didn't want her to tell that to the Creeds. However, she should have won Money in the Bank and Queen of the Ring. Stephanie Vaquer got in the way. But she should wipe her out completely like he did to the Alpha Academy and others. Gable saw Penta nearby, takes his jacket off, and he said he took great pleasure in seeing him lose to Braun Breaker. Penta tried being reasonable here. He did not want to argue with Chad Gable. Gable kept really egging him on and threatening to take his mask off. He even put his finger on Penta and started poking his chest. Penta super kicked Gable, knocked him to the ground, and then gave him the arm breaker. And officials ran over and chased Penta away as they checked on Gable. The Creeds also came over. And in the background, creeping like a creeper, was Ludwig Kaiser, standing in the background looking at what's going on. I don't know what the fuck they're doing with Ludwig, but if I'm Ludwig and I don't get TV time soon, I'm going to start wondering when the next round of releases is and start wondering if I'm going to be on that list. I would add Chad Gable and Penta to the Night of Champions card. Again, that match would make the overall show much, much better. Raquel Rodriguez and Rhea Ripley. Clearly, they're setting something up here. A pissed off Rodriguez was in the ring, and she called out Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley entered, and they brawled. Rhea Ripley was about to give Rodriguez a riptide through a table, but Roxanne Perez ran out to make the save. Ripley got rid of Perez, but Rodriguez laid out Ripley with a Tejana bomb through the table. Rodriguez looks at Perez. She embraces Roxanne. And this got a little bit of heat on Roxanne and Raquel Rodriguez as they are now aligned, being that they are in the Judgment Day. Roxanne's not really an official member of the Judgment Day yet. I do think that they're saving that for a moment on its own. But they did collectively take out Rhea Ripley here as they are clearly building to something. Now, the two things that they are building towards are this. Number one, Roxanne Perez building trust with Raquel Rodriguez. Raquel Rodriguez cannot defend those tag team championships on her own. She's going to have to relinquish them, which they will not do, or find a partner in which she can defend them with. Basically, like Bianca and Naomi when Jade went down with the mysterious attacker angle. Roxanne's going to fill in for Liv. This gives way to the idea that I pitched that Roxanne can slowly start turning into Liv, acting like Liv, becoming Liv in the Judgment Day in the absence of Liv Morgan. And she goes on to defend those tag team championships. I think that works out pretty well. Now, I wouldn't go that route. I would not do anything with the tag team titles. This is the perfect opportunity for the WWE to burn the tag team titles and fucking get rid of them completely once and for all, because they are one of the most useless sets of titles in the entire industry. WWE's never going to do that because they will never admit failure. That's number one. Roxanne Perez will be tag team champion with Raquel Rodriguez just because. Rhea Ripley. She's seemingly continuing her battle with the Judgment Day here. And I do think that this is just WWE trying to salvage whatever plan they have for Evolution. Now, the reason why I say Rhea Ripley is because after Liv Morgan went down with injury, clearly they needed to pivot to another set of plans. Now, if WWE wants to bring in Nikki Bella, which I'm assuming they will, I know Brie Bella was rumored to come in. I don't really see Brie Bella coming on in. Nikki Bella is already on television. She's made her presence known. She's back for one reason and one reason only, and that is going to be Evolution. They could still very much bring in Brie. It would make a lot of sense, but clearly they did the angle with Rhea Ripley tonight. I could see Nikki Bella and Rhea Ripley team up against Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez. Whether or not that's for the tag team championships, I don't know. I don't really want to see Rhea Ripley hold tag team championships with a Bella. I don't want to see that. I think that's fucking ridiculous. I don't know which way they go. I don't. I would do a battle royal and put Rhea Ripley in the battle royal for the women's championship, and I would do the Bella Twins versus Roxanne and Raquel Rodriguez because Liv Morgan obviously can't be there. Just do the same plan that you had envisioned to do and just do it without Liv Morgan. But they did this angle tonight. We're getting a Raquel Rodriguez and Rhea Ripley street fight. I believe they announced that for next week. So I don't really know what the plan is here. I don't really want to see Rhea Ripley feuding with the Judgment Day again. We're right back to that now. All because people don't want to see her in a women's championship program or chasing the women's championship. Now we're back to Rhea Ripley and the fucking Judgment Day. I hope you're happy. Kathy Kelly interviewed Asuka during the break. Io Sky joined and was excited for Asuka because they finally able to meet in the ring. And they talked about damage control. Asuka said they weren't in damage control anymore and she would see her at SummerSlam. Io said she would be ready. Rhea Ripley barged into Adam Pearce's office. He offered a street fight against Rodriguez and she accepted. I don't know if it's going to be at Night of Champions or not, but next week on Monday Night Raw, I'm assuming this takes place. Some of the chat said yes. This is why I was very confused. I thought it was Night of Champions. Again, that would make Night of Champions a little bit better of a show. Main event. Jey Uso. Yeet. He went one-on-one with Cody Rhodes. This is the King of the Ring semifinals. Winner of this, Saturday. They announced it for Saturday. Okay. Night of Champions. Okay. There you go. We got how many matches? 5 matches? 5 matches for Night of Champions? Winner of this goes on to wrestle Randy Orton at Night of Champions in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, Saturday afternoon. This was a lot of entrance, folks. This was a lot of entrance. We got like 8 minutes of yeet. We got 2 woes. The bell finally rung. These two guys, obviously, if there were any baby faces in the company that were number 1 and 2, these guys are it. This is it. Which is weird to be saying that, but WWE has structured this tournament around story, and we're hoping that coming out of this, both of these guys were going to be okay, and they were. Everybody loves Cody. Everybody loves Jey. No reason to be concerned about one working heel, one becoming a heel, one having the fan reaction wane over the other. No. They shook hands. Bell rings. This was the first ever singles match here. Felt like a big deal. Jey blocked a crossroads 3 minutes into the match and went for a super kick. Rhodes avoided it. Jey missed a running hip attack. Rhodes applied a figure 4 off the hip attack. Jey got a quick rope break. They exchanged some rights and lefts. Jey hits a Samoan drop. He goes for a cover. He gets a 2. Jey hits the running hip attack. He goes up top. He goes for the Uso splash. Rhodes got his knees up, caught Jey in a version of a Kimura lock. Michael Cole mentioned Brock Lesnar on commentary. I'm sure there's some geek making a 15-minute video on YouTube claiming that Brock Lesnar is set to come back to the WWE. No, he's not. No, he's not. Jey slipped out, applied a sleeper. Cody Rhodes began fading. He got to his feet. He dumped Jey over the top rope. Jey blocked a Rhodes suicide dive. He goes to the top. Cody Rhodes goes back up and hits a superplex on Jey Uso. We go into a commercial break. We come back from the second commercial break. Jey tossed Rhodes shoulder first into the ring post, followed with a flying crossbody for 2. They exchange strikes. Rhodes hits jabs. Jey avoided the bionic elbow. Rhodes fired up. Jey hits a Randy Orton-esque power slam. Jey sets up for crossroads of his own. Cody blocks his own finish, hits a Cody cutter. He goes for a cover. He gets a 2 count. Jey ducked a disaster kick and hits a spear on Cody. Rhodes hits a super Cody cutter. He goes for a cover. He gets a 2. Jey countered a crossroads and hit one of his own for a near fall. Jey super kicked Cody repeatedly, pulled him to his feet, hits a spear, but instead, he didn't go for the cover. He goes up top for a splash. Cody Rhodes gets up, scales the ropes, hits another super Cody cutter or RKO, whatever you want to call it. Follow that up with the crossroads for the 1, 2, 3. Cody Rhodes advances to the King of the Ring final. He will get Randy Orton on Saturday afternoon in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, at Night of Champions, just like I said. I said it from day one. I looked at the brackets, and I told you word for word, Randy and Cody. This was even before they added Jey Uso to his match and gave him the win in the first round. And even then, I kind of felt that they were going to go Randy and Cody because there's just no way I could look at this tournament with Randy on one side and Cody on the other and them not do Cody and Randy and leave them off this show where all the big stars usually get together. Sami and Jey is an interesting option, and it would have been one hell of a fucking match with a story, but there's no way WWE was going to do Randy and Cody not on that show. No way. I can't wait for Rikishi to start complaining that his son didn't win the King of the Ring tournament. I can't wait. As if he didn't already know what the fuck the direction was. Cody Rhodes wins. He gets Randy at Night of Champions on Saturday afternoon. I will be live covering it all right here on the channel. Listen, Monday Night Raw was not a bad show. It just felt very boring because I felt like the matches were uber predictable. And when I feel like something is predictable, I'm going to enjoy it less. This is not one of those good predictables. It's not. I just kind of felt like it was a means to an end type of deal. and that whatever we're getting next is going to move on to where the real story is. That type of predictable is not good. Becky and Bayley was very good for a TV match. They didn't even go all out. I didn't even think they gave you half of what they're capable of. Jey and Cody was good. It felt like a big deal. Two of the biggest baby faces in the company. Jade and Roxanne was terrible. Roxanne had to carry, and Jade sucks. Braun Breaker and Penta was a very good match. What does it mean? It means nothing. There's still problems there. Gunther and Goldberg, they're setting up for that. No Cena, no Punk. Not till Friday, anyway. Sheamus and Rusev. Looking forward to that. Rhea and Raquel. What's happening at Evolution? There are a couple of situations here that have some question marks to it. Nothing's overly exciting. But at the end of this tournament, I got to say, the King of the Ring tournament and the Queen of the Ring tournament have been very well booked. I didn't think I was going to like the Fatal 4-Way matches in the Fatal 4-Way format, but I very much enjoyed it. Got a lot of people involved. I wish WWE would take those and make them singles matches and stretch the field out to 16, but they don't have enough time to do that because there's too many shows. They have too many shows and no time to build these shows, so that they had to get everybody involved. I thought it played out very well. And I thought the King of the Ring tournament this year was better than it was last year. And if they want to do it again next year, I don't mind it. This way. With the prize being whoever wins the men's and women's gets a championship match at SummerSlam for their respective branch championship. And that's the way it should be. That makes it much more important. So it wasn't a bad Monday Night Raw. I just don't like predictable. It was a very mundane, very straightforward show. You knew what was going to happen. Not to say the wrestling was bad, because we got some pretty damn good wrestling tonight. But the stories, they didn't really offer me anything new and exciting. We already knew where we were going. And a lot of the discussion was taken up by Night of Champions and whether the show was going to get canceled or not. And now we know it's not. So we can put that narrative to bed. We are very much on for Saturday afternoon. Thank you guys for a great stream. I hope you enjoyed it tonight. Follow me on social media at JDfromNY206. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Follow me on social media at JDfromNY206. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below, like I said. We are on our way to 172,000 subscribers. I will be live tomorrow night with the Solid Monster for episode 100 of Tuesday Night Titans. You guys know, maybe you don't, we got new merchandise out to celebrate 100 Tuesday Night Titans. Episode 100 tomorrow night. Get your new t-shirt, now available on bonfire.com. Link is down in the description. Go and get yours today. We've sold a nice chunk of them. I want to get these in the hands of several other fans and subscribers because what we're doing on Tuesday night is very, very special. So come hang out with us tomorrow night. Should be a great wrestling discussion, as always, on TNT. Tonight's show is sponsored by Blue Chew, BlueChew.com. Code JD at checkout. You guys want to make your queen of the ring. You guys are going to need some Blue Chew. Crown your queen of the ring by signing up for Blue Chew at BlueChew.com. Code JD at checkout. All you guys need to do is pay the $5 shipping and handling. Blue Chew is a unique online service that provides the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but it comes in a chewable tablet and at a fraction of the cost. To sign up is very simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com. Consult with one of their online medical providers, and once you are approved, you're going to receive prescriptions within days. No questions asked. There's no waiting in line at the pharmacy. There's no waiting in line to have that awkward conversation with the old blue-haired lady behind you. No visits to the doctor's office. No waiting in the doctor's office. None of that. Blue Chew is made right here in the USA and shipped and prepared to you directly in a very discreet package. Sounds like a good deal to me. Become your own king of the ring with Blue Chew, man. BlueChew.com. Code JD at checkout. Get your free sample on me. All you guys need to do is pay the $5 shipping and handling. We're getting Mario Kart. You guys did it. There you go. Let's get to these super chats. Hardcore Kevin with a $2 super chat. Can't wait for TNT. Get the popcorn. Get the beer. There you go. Sidro says, it was not discreet, JD. My neighbors were laughing at me. Bro. There's nothing to be laughing at with Blue Chew, man. Tell them you know the deal. You know what's up. Legitimately. Micah with a 199 Guitar Hero 3 Through the Fire and Flames After Dark. No, thank you, bro. That's a copyright strike waiting to happen, brother. Michelle Moran with a $5 super chat. Solid main event with a clean victory for Cody. But after last week, I thought Seth would show up in the end. And why did they drop Sami Seth? It seems odd. I don't know. Sami's got to take care of carrying Cross first. I understand that. He's got another problem now outside of the problem of him chasing Rollins. And Punk is busy with Cena. And Rollins is integrating himself in Punk and Cena. And then Gunther and Goldberg. So he's the one pulling the strings while everybody else is doing something else. But Rollins is still actively involved with everybody that he was involved with previously. Chris with the 36 months. Everyone stay cool and hydrated. It's still 100 degrees where I am with the humidity. Cheers. It is 78 degrees in New York City right now. Not suitable sleeping weather. I can't sleep in anything above 70, bro. It's got to be a cool, crisp 68 or below. Gerard Hard Castle with a new membership. Thank you, Mr. Hard Castle. Appreciate you, bro. Philuminati with a 5. Cody versus Randy is going to be a banger. I love for the finish to be Cody with an RKO for the apprentice to beat the master. I don't know, man. I just hope for a story coming out of it. I really hope for a story coming out of it. Sidro with a 5. Brief explanation of what an eggcorn is. In a nutshell, it's an oak tree. And what they yell at Edgar Allan Poe when he nearly walked into a tree. Poe-etry. Sidro, you're gonna bring the fucking quality jokes tomorrow for the stream, I hope, right? Jason and I are gonna need a ton of laughs tomorrow, bro. Hopefully you got your best. Sidro with a 5 asked a German girl for her number, and I'm still waiting for the rest of the digits. So far, all I have is 9. Means no. Bro, you know what? I got a that's pretty funny. I got to be honest with you, man. Germany, probably one of those places that I would probably never visit. I would probably find myself very depressed in Germany. Hikarusuki with a 5. Was at Raw tonight, JD, and enjoyed myself. How was the crowd on TV? Thank you for being the tribal chief of the IWC. You guys were loud somewhat in parts for the appropriate talent. Otherwise, I thought you guys were very quiet on television. Sidro with a 5. Dating English teacher who keeps correcting my grammar during sex. She annoyed about my improper use of the colon. I'm sorry to hear that, Sidro. Those damn English teachers, bro. M. James with a 2. I could see Goldberg winning to drop it to Braun. Listen, if WWE wants to really fuck the system up, sure. My God, Fulgence Henry with a 1999. I'm down for some Mario Kart. We're going to be getting some Mario Kart in a little bit. Sidro with a $10 super chat. Did you hear about the cheese factory explosion? There was debris everywhere. Now, you say this joke to a cheese fanatic, bro. I don't like soft cheeses, though. I do not like soft. I have to have a medium to hard cheese. I don't like outside mozzarella. No hard cheese, bro. Or no like, squishy cheese. Just the texture and the consistency, not for me, bro. Sidra also says, ever wonder why you see some doctors wheeling their equipment and documents all over the hospital? Those are cardiologists. Sidra with a 5. Why can't you make an appointment with a librarian? She's all booked up. And my goose said she's an Atlanta Braves fan. Her favorite player is Hank Aaron. Yeah, man, I'm befuddled, man. The Braves sweep the Mets, who have one of the best records in baseball. Sweep the Mets last week, lose 2 out of 3 to the Marlins this weekend, and then beat the Mets tonight. What are we doing? Can we just win games consecutively? Devil Jinx with a 5. If Seth is the visionary, doesn't that make his bloodline faction the I-Line? Don't give them any ideas, Devil Jinx, please. Double J with a 5. Could the 4th member be a young talent like Miles Bourne, a young Randy to Evolution? I could see that. I don't think he's ready for the main roster, but I could see that. Lauren with a 4. Wish WWE would be more unpredictable. Randy versus Cody. It should have been at SummerSlam. Well, clearly we're getting Cena and Cody at SummerSlam. Sidro with a 5. If you don't get a coffee grinder, does that mean you are running from the grind? P.S. You need to play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So amazing and a grind, LOL. Bro, I'm not going to have time for anything with Destiny 2 and their new expansion coming out. You don't want to know the grinder I'm looking at, bro. The grinder I'm looking at, the grinder I'm looking at is $4,500. Best in the world, Matt with a 5. Seth Rollins will always be the second best guy in his own group. Who's better? Who better? Braun Breaker? Yeah, you may be right. Sidro with a 2. Lucha Bros versus Braun and Bronson being set up. I'll take it. I'll take it. Yeah, triple M. Is there bounty prep? Should I start bounty prepping, bro? I haven't done a fucking thing in weeks, man. I got all my shit. I ran a nice session of the Nether to get some exotic materials, and that's it. I'm all maxed out. What do I need? What do I need to do? Bro, if the Dodgers win another World Series, man, I'm done. So fucking garbage, man. Phil Illuminati with a 5. I think they're teasing Rollins versus Cody at Crown Jewel if they both have the titles. I could see that. I could see that. That'd be something. Joey Taylor with a 5. Jade Cargill has been a bust. She's not worth the $1 million per year for 3 years that WWE gave her in 2023. Joey Taylor, how do you know she's making $1 million a year, man? Are you her accountant? It's crazy. Big Hoss. A Jordan Grace versus Nia Jax feud done like Bronson Reed versus Braun Strowman would cook. Also, Jordan with Heyman feuding with Rhea could cook. Star made. Well, yeah, Jordan's going to SmackDown, so that was the rumor. Havili, thank you for the 100. Havili just comes in, man. This guy's donating fucking colors of the rainbow over here, man. He's got a red 100, a pink 50, an orange 20, and a yellow 10. No message. This guy just shows up and does whatever the fuck he wants, bro. Seriously. Who better? Best in the world, Matt asks, who's better? Braun Breaker or Seth Rollins? Yeah, Braun Breaker. Miles Bourne can retire and he had... Listen, man, Miles Bourne could retire and not even main event WrestleMania, man. The guy's a legend. Guy's a fucking legend. Shihab with a 5. Absolutely love your analysis, JD. For the King and Queen of the Ring, does WWE usually tend to pick one winner from Raw and the other from SmackDown? If it was a situation where it worked out that way, I don't think they would have a problem doing that, but Cody's going to win. He's SmackDown. And then Jade is going to win, and she's SmackDown. So, 2 SmackDown's going to win. If it worked out the other way where it's 1-1, sure. But it's going to be 2 SmackDown this year. Steve with a 1999. Thank you, brother. Havili with a 5. Havili with a 2. Steve with a 20. Michael Krause with a 2. Who wins between Cody and Orton is the question, JD. Cody. Cody's going to win. All right, Sidro, we'll see you tomorrow, brother. It's going to be a big night tomorrow. Justin Toner with a 20. Hey, JD, thanks for another great show. I agree on the setup For the tag team title match at Evolution after tonight, Roxanne has begun to replace Liv. Poindexter with a 5. Crazy how Saudi can get a 6-match card, but us here in the States just get regular 5-match card. LOL. Yeah, they gotta give you your money's worth over there, bro. Triple M with a 2. Less than a month till D2 DLC. I bounty prep soon. Yeah, I gotta do that. I may do that next week. Best in World Matt with a 20. Thanks, brother. Furious Nation with a 44 months. What's up, JD? Predictable Raw tonight. Can't wait for episode 100 for TNT. 2 of the best in the IWC. 2 of the best. 2 of the best. Absolutely. And a $4.99 with Jey Uso losing to Cody tonight. Can't wait to hear Rikishi's excuses, man. I think Undertaker gave him one too many cell bumps back in 2000, bro. Now, I just think Rikishi's ungrateful. Havili with a 1. Thank you, brother. Scottsy with a $1.99. What's a hedgehog's favorite crisps? Prickled onion. Go to work, Scottsy. And Philuminati with a $2 super chat. Have you finished all of your Right of the 9 dungeon runs? I have. I got all my rolls. I wasn't even looking for adepts. I don't care. There's not much of a difference between the adept and the regular version. I got my God roll regular version, some with 4 perks. That's all I care about. Is what it is, man. I get my adepts through my Nightfalls, my Grandmaster Nightfalls. Thank you guys for a great stream. If you guys are still here, man, I would appreciate you hit the thumbs up. Let's try for 1,000 likes. No reason why we shouldn't beat 1,000 likes. We got 2,100 plus in here. 1,000 likes is the goal. So if you have not hit the thumbs up, please go and hit that thumbs up. Follow me on social media at JDfromNY206. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Triple M, I did not do ultimatums. I just did the medium version. Whatever the in-between version is. The medium version. Follow me on social media at JDfromNY206. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Again, TNT 100 tomorrow with the Solid Monster. If you missed any of the content on the channel, please go and check it out. There's plenty of it, with more coming this week. Thank you for the support this past weekend. Some great stuff if you missed it. All on the homepage. Hit that thumbs up. You guys can still get super chats in if you so choose. They are not mandatory. But if you guys want to continue to support, they will remain open. Memberships as well, they will remain open. For everybody listening to me now on the audio side of things, I will see you guys tomorrow for TNT. Please, if you missed any of the content uploaded to iTunes and Spotify, it's all there for you. I didn't do the Raw and Dynamite streams on Spotify because I thought the quality was shit. So I left them off this week, but right back this week, the uploads will continue. And until tomorrow, I will see you guys right back here for Tuesday Night Titans with the Solid Monster. And I will bid you guys farewell for now. We'll see you guys tomorrow for TNT. The rest of us are going to get ready for Mario Kart. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go get myself another cold beverage. I'll be right back with you guys in like 90 seconds. And we'll do our thing for another exciting rendition of Mario Kart Mondays. I'll see you guys in just a bit. Mario. Look at him. Here we go, man. Here we go. All right, man. All right, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna start off slow. We're gonna do a single player. We're gonna do some knockout tour.
Waluigi!
Waluigi! We are going. Wow, the carpet flyer. What is that? What is the best vehicle, bro? Does anybody know what the best vehicle is? We're gonna go the baby blooper, bro. Do I got a gold here? I will do this one. We'll do this one. Micah says, don't spend $4,500 on a coffee grinder. Why not? What are you, my fucking accountant, bro? All right, yeah, we're going to be Bowser, man. I'm usually the smaller guys, but we're going to be Bowser, okay? This guy's shitting out coins, bro. Oh, no. What the fuck? Who is this? Are you fucking kidding me? You fucking cocksucker. Fuck out of here, motherfucker! Bro, where is the fucking first place, bro? Bro, this is... God, this game sucks, dude. Bro, there's so much shit coming at me now. Bro, what are these coins, bro? Can you give me something that I could use? Bro, this game's algorithm is fucking terrible, dude. I'm sorry. That's ridiculous, bro. Coins. Nothing but fucking coins, bro. Bro, you gotta be fucking kidding me, man. That was a good warm-up. That was a good warm-up. We're going to keep it with Bowser, man. Daisy! Oh, look, it's Donkey Kong! There you go. We got the formula now, man. We're gonna keep with Bowser. We're gonna keep with his car. All right, let's do some online play. Bro, look how many guys I got. I got Charging Chuck. Look at Charging Chuck, man. Wow, that was quick, huh? Where are we going? Acorn Rally. Didn't Sidro tell a joke earlier about acorns? Yeah, I don't get away from me. Bro, I'm fucking done, dude. The lightning bolt is the worst fucking item in the fucking game. Dude, I'm already out. All because of the lightning bolt. All because of the fucking lightning bolt, bro. The lightning bolt is the worst item in the fucking game, bro. There's legitimately no combat to it. There's no combating it. Try it again. Bro, you know, this game's got to be nerfed, dude. I'm sorry. The items in the game got to be nerfed, bro. But I don't even know. Look, I'm in some big Mexican fucking fiesta over here, bro. Oh, fucking Christ. Bro, how many bullet bills? Hit, nothing happens to him. Bro, what is this person on, dude? Bro, where is this person, bro? Fucking squid! But I'm dead. Bro, this game sucks, dude. This game fucking sucks, dude. Game sucks. Dude, I was in first place for about 240 fucking seconds. Fucking ridiculous. Bro, you can never see the first place person, man. Where the fuck did they go? Did they disappear into the map? Yeah, I got that, motherfucker. That's my lunch bag, bitch. Yeah, this'll last about 5 seconds. Dude, I went from first place to 20th place in 3 seconds. Not even, bro. Look who's in front of me. Blah, 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 is in front of me. Oh, this game's... Done. Yeah, what happened, bitch? You didn't get me there, right? Fucking lightning bolt, motherfucker! And I quit. I quit, dude. Dude, I give up. Why? Fuck out of here, bitch. Come on! Get away from me, you fucking red shells. Yeah, bitch. What happened? What did I last through 2 seconds? Bro. Motherfucker! Come on! Give me a fucking box. What is this? Dude, you gotta be some fucking pussy to throw shells behind you, bro. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. This game sucks, dude. What are you talking? Best in the world, Matt. Best in the world, Matt says. Osu or Cross is in the game. It's carrying Cross. No, it's not, bro. Come on. Man, this game is fucking brutal, man. This game is just totally brutal, bro. What is the best vehicle, bro? Does anybody know?
Here we go.
Yeah, Jose, let's wait for more players, yeah. Yeah. The lobster cart's the best car in the game? I don't have that unlocked, do I? This game is fucking brutal, bro. Hello, Joe. Where do we want to go? Oh, God. Let's go here. It's me, Waluigi. Of course, it's the one I didn't want to do. Illuminati with a 2. Have you finished all of your... I read that one. Rafael De Luna with a 2. Braun Breaker is the best spear in the business. Yes, he does. Of course. Bro, this card, I'm not feeling this card at all, bro. You fucking motherfucker! Dude, I quit. Dude, I give up, bro. Dude, I quit. I hate this game, dude. It's not even, bro. It's not even fun. It really is not even fun, dude. Why don't they have those stacks of coins on the actual map when you're racing? Let's see how good this lobster car is, bro. Bro, get this Donkey Kong away from me, bro. Can I get a fucking coin? Bro, I don't know what to do, bro. I really don't know what to do to be successful here, bro. I really don't know what to do. That race, before I blinked, that race was over. I don't know. I got one more in me. That's how I feel. I've never won a first place race since I've owned the system. Never. Never. I don't even know what first place looks like, bro. There is skill-based matchmaking here. That's the problem. I hate the water levels. I just feel like you move so slow. Bro, I can't, dude. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? Good, I quit. Blue shell does nothing. Blue shell does nothing, bro. I've dropped down a place. Dude, what are these turns? This game, this... I don't know, man. I got 60 points. I don't know what the fuck I did. I gotta switch a character, dude. How do I switch my character? Yeah. Yeah, we're not doing that, dude. Okay. I gotta switch my car. I'm going back to what I know, bro. Oh my God. Get the cart with acceleration. They're all the same shit. This has very good acceleration. Why do I gotta get hit with a guy with fucking circling green shells? Can we start everybody off with fucking coins? Of course. I'm waiting for the blue shell to hit me any moment now. But goodbye. Fuck this game. Yeah. Yeah, that's great. Look who I got beat by. Look at who they placed me around! Fuck this game. Goodbye. Goodbye. fucking ridiculous. Can't stand this fucking piece of shit game, man. This is fucking awful. Really fucking awful, bro. Fucking ridiculous. Not even fun. It's not even fun! How do you call that fun? Best in the world, Matt with a 5. Thank you, brother. Blue Jay with a 2. Hey, yo, what the fuck is this stream I need to switch to now? No, you don't. The weekly dub with a 9.99. Hey, JD, love the work that you've been doing and how you stay authentic with everything. Also, quick question. Is there more people on the track or members of the Don Callis family? It's got to be close. Just about. Just about. And Game Shit with a 10. JD needs to play as the Cataquack. First place guaranteed. I don't even know who the fuck that is. Who is that? Thank you guys for a great stream, man. Hopefully I gave you your money's worth. We'll try it again on Friday. Follow me on social media, man, at JDfromNY206. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Make sure you guys go check out all of the content on the channel. There is plenty of it. I will see you guys tomorrow. Tuesday night, Titans with the Solid Monster right here on the channel. Should be a big night. And please continue to hit that thumbs up. Helps us out tremendously. Leave a comment down below as well. Thank you guys for a great stream. That's all I got to say, man. Mario Kart's got me rattled. I'll see you guys tomorrow, Tuesday Night Titans with the Solid Monster, episode 100, right here on Off the Scripts. I'll see you guys later.